This is my flaw. This is my problem. Where do I get off judging, telling anybody how they can come into Mass or how they can sit in God's house? That's not my place, even if I wanted it to be. It's not my place. This is my flaw. When I go to church, I feel like God is testing me. Not only do things get in the way on my way to church every week, they're always trying to hold me up, whether it's a car accident, construction, traffic jam, getting caught at work, whatever it is, there's always something in the way trying to stop me. This is the devil's world, so it's the devil trying to stop me from going to church. I know it. But in church, I don't think it's the devil testing me. I kind of think it's God testing me. What'll happen is I'll be in Mass. I sit in my same pew every week. It's right on the end over here on the left side when you walk in. First row of the second section. And what happens every week, so I get it, Easter Vigil or a big Mass, packed midnight Mass, whenever everybody's there, where it's, shoulder to shoulder, there's not much room to move around. I get that. That's just how it is on those days. It's understandable. But week to week, the pews aren't filled all the way up. It's staggered. And what people do, because of the kneeling and the way people sit and all that, they'll stagger so that no one's really on top of another. Give people their space. What's happened to me a lot recently, and I mean a lot, like it's almost every single week, it's hard to even wrap my head around. But what'll happen, Mass will have begun. No one will be behind me. I'll just be in my row, just like by myself in the pew, where I have a little bit of breathing room. And procession will happen. First reading will happen. Singing will happen. Next reading will happen. And then we'll get to the gospel. And all of a sudden, someone will come in and sit directly behind me. And it's not like this whole time while Mass is going on, people are coming in. It's not frequent. Very rare. Most people have made it by the time Mass begins or just shortly thereafter. I remember there was a priest back in the day in the parish I grew up in that would say that he wanted to lock the doors after Mass began. And it's not like he was a real hard-nosed guy about this stuff. It's just on this one issue, it really got to him. It's like only asking for an hour a week. Just make it here on time. Like, there's no excuse for it. You know when Mass begins, it begins at the same time every week. There's no reason for this. Make it on time. Nevertheless, that is not the way he did things or my new parish does things. Both of these cases, the door's left open, as it always will be, and probably should be. Although there is an argument to be made for it. But, yeah, so gospel will begin, and then they'll come and sit right behind me. I mean right behind me. What I don't understand is that the entire row for them is open. Why sit directly behind me? At least slide down a little bit so you're not directly behind me. But do you hear my whole argument here? It's ridiculous. This is my flaw. This is my problem. Where do I get off judging, telling anybody how they can come into Mass or how they can sit in God's house? That's not my place, even if I wanted it to be. It's not my place. This is my flaw. Someone sitting close to me in Mass, that's Mass. You're supposed to be among the community. What is wrong with me? And as this is all going on, in the most recent week anyway, I'm staring at the huge risen Jesus mural on the wall. And I'm thinking to myself, you know I hate this. And I know why you're doing this. If I'm going to be more Christ-like, who am I to say how someone is to behave in church or sit in church or be among their own people? That's my flaw. I think it's a flaw that a lot of you can empathize or even sympathize with, because I think it's relatable in our modern day. We don't really want people all around us. We want a little bit of space. And in this case, there was a lot of space around us that he could have utilized, but didn't. And I say he, it was actually a couple, and they were pressed together. And in fact, the woman was like, when she was praying, kneeling on the pew, she was like leaning over with her head over. It's like, what's going on? And then finally, even after the Eucharist, when I came back, I sat slightly in a different spot, like more in the middle of the pew than on the end. And do you know where they sat? Directly behind me, closer to the middle. What? This is where I'm staring at the mural now. I'm like, I know it's you now, because this is beyond comprehension. This is those moments that make you think people might be NPCs and they're just filling in the void of the simulation for whatever reason. That's how I felt. But I knew it was bigger than just some placement by some digital creator. No. This is God. And he is doing something to test me, to bring out the Christ-like aspect in me, to repair the flaw, to hold me over the fire, to refine the silver. He wants me to be better. And growing and getting better hurts. It hurts. It's tough. I go to Mass because I want to be in the presence of God, and I believe in the Eucharist. I believe in the presence of Jesus Christ in the host after the moment of transubstantiation. I believe God is present in this building because of the Eucharist. That's why I go to Mass. But God's thinking, while he's got me here, let me work on some other parts of you as well. You need to be a little bit more friendly. Make friends. You're among your people. Let them in. Let them be close. Let them be your friends. It's not always easy. I'm very closed off. I'd rather talk to a screen than an actual person. What does that say about me? It says I need a lot of work done. I need to get better. We're all sinners. We can all strive towards God. I think I'm getting there because I'm at least recognizing my flaws. What did Jesus say? Love the Lord God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. Within these two commandments are all the other commandments. These encapsulate the entire law of Moses. I've always been good at the first one. Like I said, I go to Mass to be in the presence of God. I'm really good at worshiping God. I love God. That's easy. God doesn't let me down. And it's not that I understand everything he's doing. I don't, by any stretch of the imagination. But I get enough clues to figure it out to console me on this journey. He's left enough clues for me to figure it out. But to love your neighbor, it's never been easy. I'm skeptical of people. It takes a lot for me to trust somebody. People have disappointed me in the past. And unfortunately, I'm a pretty good judge of character. And a lot of people lack character. So I keep them at arm's length. I don't really let them in. So that's why I have a hard time with people being close to me. Both physically, like literally close to me, and figuratively. I don't let them in. I let them in this way, but if you notice, I'm really only talking about God. I don't talk about myself at all. So I wanted to change it up a little bit here.